Just before we go ahead, I would like to just introduce everyone here that Gayatri has joined, is going to join icon which is based in Bangalore, and we will ask few of the questions to Gayatri, which she will be able to express herself in terms of how she has cracked the interview, how did she actually decided to pursue a career into this particular field. So welcome, Gayatri.
Yeah,
So
thank you so much.
to just begin with the discussion, I would just ask you if you can just introduce about your little background.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so for giving me opportunity. My name is Gayatri Kulkarni. I have a biotechnology background. I've completed my MSc Biotech from the Shivaji University, Kolhapur. I have a native place, Kolhapur, Maharashtra.
Okay. And so Gayatri, your schooling and everything, your college also, it is completely from Kolhapur only?
Yes, yes. My whole schooling, from the 10th, 12th, BSc, MSc, everything went in Kolhapur.
Okay, okay. And how much percentage you got in your MSc?
Yeah, I was secured by 8.25 CGPA, and by GPA, I was secured 3.
Okay, okay. And why did you do MSc? Like, why you chose MSc after your BSc? What was the reason behind it?
Okay, the main reason was choosing MSc, like I want to do something like a master's degree as an education background. That was my first motto to apply the MSc Biotech position. And the second is during my BSc, I was my thinking was like do research related work or anything like lab related work or something working with the professors for learning the lab skills and all. So I chose to join the MSc Biotech, which gave me a very good turnover to my career. That I'll explain the in another question.
Okay, great. Good to know. Good to know that you have chose a master's degree also after your BSc. So what made you think that you will go with biotechnology as a your graduation degree? Why did you choose biotechnology?
Okay, so biotechnology, as we know, it's a very mainstream field. Which includes the all the major like major streams like mole bio, microbiology, clinical research, any biostatic research. It connects with the all the areas of biotech and also all the areas of tech. Like as compared to the working with the coding or any Python and all, that all was like I was connect with this all subject during my MSc Biotech. So I thought that biotech is like something will give me the very much wide range of knowledge.
Great, great. Good to know that you have studied a lot before deciding
Yeah.
biotech. So next question, Gayatri. Now, since you had done your biotech and then you also did your masters into biotech, why did you choose to go into this particular field that is clinical programming using SAS? Or
Mm.
why not the traditional job that is relevant to biotech? What do you feel like?
Okay, so during my MSc Biotechnology, there was one subject like clinical research, which helped me to introduce what is a clinical research, how it works, and everything, how the background of clinical research and all. After that, I was assigned one of the internship in hospital, Astra Hospital, as a clinical research trainee, where I
Okay.
get to know how a clinical research help in a drug development system, how the clinical research help the patient safety and efficacy, how it's very important to be the part of this field. So I thought like, why not to have a career in this field? As it's a connect with the biotech, so it was a very golden opportunity for me to choose this career.
Right. Since, as you mentioned, that you were working as an intern, wherein you got to know about some of the clinical operations role,
Yes, yes.
and what do you think? What do you think that what is clinical operations role and what is the role that you have got? What is the difference between it?
Okay, so basic. the whole basic the moti difference is like operation is depend on how well you document your clinical research part, like how it shows how your documentation skills or any communicate mostly like managing the things on like clinical research on field is very much tough to handle situation like how the patient interact with the
Mm.
doctors, how will patient interact with the CRC. It's very different from the desk work we do. Like I am going to do like the clinical statistical programmer or statistical programmer. So the main difference between these both job role is that in clinical research we mainly focus on documentation, submitting document, filling the CRF. Like it's depend on the documentation. And in clinical programming or statistical programming, it's depend on the how we code that, how we'll analyze that, how we can prepare the reports, clinical study reports and all.
Okay, so since now you know what it exactly. So while before making a decision about choosing clinical SAS as a career, what were the point of considerations you were having in your mind before choosing clinical SAS, clinical R as a career? What were the decision points that you had?
Okay, so when I was doing my internship in Astrada, one of my mentor introduced me the field like a CDM or a clinical sales where the all the CRM data goes to that CDM team and
Right.
they fetch the data correctly, send the database to clinical sales. They just slightly introduced us during my internship,
Mm.
and that like gave me idea about like I can handle this like all doing the programming and all, because I was little bit very interested in doing
Okay.
programming during my biotechnology degree, where I also learned how to use Python and all everything. So I was like, okay, so I can handle this field if I got a skill set of this R and SAS. That was the
Mm.
only thinking during my internship, which lead to like after my when my internship get when my internship duration was completed, during that period KITEL also was introduced to us from our department, which were they are having the drive to Shivaji University, where they introduce about the SAS, important of the SAS, and how can we use the SAS in clinical research and all. So
Right.
that got me the clarity about that I can do this work if I have to just brush up on my skill set, learn about this as and art, then I can handle this work.
Right. Right. Good to see. Good to see. You have linked everything from your experience as an intern to see what
Yeah.
clinical research it is, then coming back to college, looking at what, uh, also getting the knowledge of the working professional about CDM, how it is linking to the later part
Yeah.
of clinical programming, and then again
Yeah.
suddenly Kittel coming at your institute,
Yeah.
at university, guiding about how exactly the career is all about. So how did you feel like why exactly you chose Kittel to do the this program?
Okay, so the first approach to the KITEL was through university, as I said. I talked with one of my mentor over there that I am thinking to join this institute to learn about more about the SAS and R programming. So she told me that yeah, you can join that. It's very secured. They provide the training programs. They have very expertise in this clinical statistical programming. They will teach you everything very nicely at your pace. You don't have to get worried about how will end up in that. So she suggests me that you should join if you have an interest in statistical programming.
Hmm.
So I choose the KITEL for the learning platform.
Great, great. And
Yeah.
how was your learning overall? Like how it
Uh,
started? Can you just give more clarity? Like when you started attending the
yeah.
session, how was your learning curve?
Yeah, during my first week, I was introduced with the team and the whole mentor who will be my mentor for the particular part of that courses, who will handle our doubts and clearance and all. The first week was just like induction types, like introduction
Hmm.
to the KITEL and KITEL. After that, the professor took the clinical research part CTDO, which went very well and got the knowledge about all the regulatory affairs, compliances, all the clinical is how the clinical research work. how what are the phases and what are the types of trials we have, what therapeutic area we have. The basic foundation of clinical research was built by Professor, where from where that we can build our expertise in SAS, which help a
Mm.
lot.
Right, right. So initially you started with the domain knowledge, and then
Yeah.
what were the next phases of your learning?
Okay, so after the domain knowledge, we were introduced to the one of the analytical program, or like a Power BI, which was gave us to have how we can approach the data, how we can import data, plus how should use the Power BI, because sometimes we do have some data visualization part in statistical programming, which where we use Power BI. So after the domain, we were introduced to the Power BI. After that, we were introduced to the statistical programming, main like SAS programming, where the mentor taught us from the scratch, like how is the data step is run, proc step, what is the
Mm.
libraries, lib name, and every small like A B C D, like told we teach the child like that type only the mentor taught us about what is SAS, how we use SAS, why should we use SAS, what is the main core values should we prepare during the SAS, what is the main approach to the data, what should be the how should we import data and all this as related things. After that, we were introduced to the advanced SAS. Like there's a two type like in that domain, like base SAS and advanced SAS. After base SAS, we went into the advanced SAS, where we learn about how to use Proc SQL and all. After that, we were introduced to the ODS and the all the data visualizations, clinical study report part of the clinical SAS. And after that, there was during this all the period there was small assessment to evaluate us like we are doing good or not,
Right,
and if
right.
we are falling apart from the falling apart are the percentage. So mentor specifically reaches to us and taught us that part, or even clear our doubt for that.
To know that. And what were the challenges, Gayatri? Like since biotechnology, you already had that thing in your curriculum. You had Power BI, you had other programming. But coming from an academics level of understanding of coding or programming, and then coming at a live environment where you are learning what exactly is required, what were the challenges? What were the differences between your initial level of learning and when you are coming at a specialized learning?
Yeah, there was the two main things I learned from the KITEL: how to approach the person if you have to communicate and want something, like what how to teach, and second is the professionalism. How should we approach that? Because from coming from the academia, we usually don't have this corporate level things with our mentor. Like we just like teaching level types communication we learn there, but during corporate we have some different level of communication skills we need. So first was like improving my communication helped me, the KITI and KITEL helped me in that. After that, like the second challenge was the how like how should you professionally present yourself in that
Mm.
field. That was the second challenge for me, because I didn't learn anywhere about that. That helped me KITEL very much in that. Third is that during using the SAS, we used to get so many errors, and we were having so many data step issues and all. But mentor handled it very well, solved our errors, explained our errors, why you are doing this and you should do that. What
Mm.
are the good clinical practices you should follow? That mentor helped me in that. So yeah, these were the main three challenges I faced during the learning, but overall it went very smooth.
Right, right. And did you complete the training, Gayatri, or before that only you got the opportunity?
Yeah, I completed the SAS and R programming training, full training, where I gained the knowledge. After the projects of the R, I got this opportunity where I was very confident because I have already completed my SAS training, R programming training, all the projects related to CDS, and also I was confident enough, and my mentor also that told me that you are confident enough to handle it. You should go for that. That gave me the push to attend this interview.
So this was your first interview, or before also you did gave any
Yeah,
interview?
this was my third interview by then. I was also interviewing like for the TCS drive. Also, I was having that was my first interview in TCS drive. The second one was with the Ataros research, where that was all the technical rounds and all. And the third interview was with the Icon PLC.
Right. So
Yeah.
again, can you just uh, give more idea, because today at this point of time, or yesterday basically, how many offers you had in your hand?
Okay, so I was having mainly two offers. The one is a Taurus one, and the second is the Icon PLC one. But
Right.
my dream company was the Icon PLC, so I chose Icon PLC to go over because I got everything cleared, BGV cleared and all. So I chose Icon. But Ataros also very good company to work. They have very good employee skills and all. But my biasness
Right. You
come
had
against the
your own preferences.
yeah, it's my like when I thought doing the statistical programming as a clinical status programming, the first company I introduced with the doing these types of work was the Icon PLC, and I thought that I will work for this company, and like whenever I will get any call from this company, I will choose only this. So
Nice, nice. Good to know that. And you also said that you attended TCS interview, TCS drive.
yeah,
So
TCS.
can you just give more idea about what exactly the drive was?
The drive was the role was this clinical SAS programming role, where they were having the three main two technical round and one the HR one round. Where in first technical round they were try to understand our learning ability. Do we have a basic SAS knowledge? Do we have done any projects and all? Do we have very good technical skills? Where we can build our learning approach over that company. Do we have a good fit for that culture and company? And in technical round second, there was only behavioral star mark method questions, so where we were asking about how will you handle that things, how will you handle the situation, and fact based questions. And HR round is like only the interaction about HR and how the role is, why role,
Hmm.
this, why TCS and all everything.
So what was your learning that day, because that was your first interview?
Yeah, that was my first interview. Like I learned how to present myself yeah, in front. Like if even we have like I learned that even we have a knowledge about the SAS or even we have a skill set, we need to represent that skill set to the interviewer, or we
Right.
need to present in the convenient way that interviewer
Hmm.
understand we have that skills, we learn that skill, we have gain enough knowledge about that field. So I was very much what we can say a naive person for that during that internship, which gave me the little bit idea how should we introduce
Exactly.
ourselves to your interviewer, which helped me a lot during my the Ataras and Icon
Correct.
PLC
Correct. Correct.
interviews.
Good to know that, Gayatri. And
Yeah.
so overall, what do you think that, see, if somebody has to decide after their graduation, if they want to go ahead into this clinical programming as a career, what do you think? Like how you can guide others to choose this career?
Okay, so if someone is trying to enter in this field, you must know that this field has the very you need to have hands-on training on the SAS and R programming, which will lead to you handle all the clinical trial data and all analysis. So you need to have the analytical thinking, critical thinking, the clinical SAS programming knowledge, and having the good communication skills which we need for the teamwork and collaborativeness. And fifth is interest in clinical research. These five things is most
Hmm.
needed for anyone to enter in this field, I think.
Is it easy? Is it easy? What do you feel that is it easy for
Uh,
somebody who do not have any IT background, who is not having any domain knowledge, who is not having any technical knowledge, how it is going to be how it is going to act for them? Like, what do you think?
Okay, if you don't have any clinical knowledge, domain knowledge, nothing, you don't have these five things. You just have a learning ability and you have a very interest in that. And you choose, if you choose the criteria, I can tell you that the title give you these five things anyway. They train you in very good place.
Good to see. Good to know that,
Yeah.
Gayatri. And yeah, I guess is there anything from your side, Gayatri, you would like to give suggestions to somebody who is currently into their final year or is just about has got the degree in hand? What should be the approach to get into the industry? What do you think? Like they should wait or they should do something specialized? What do you think?
Yeah, this question was also in my mind when I was joining the KITEL and KITI for the training
Hmm.
related purpose. But yeah, if we are thinking doing some related like specific skill related course in any learning platform or any like for example KITEL, you want to do the learning course or any training program or internship, you must do it very quickly because more you time you will take on thinking, the more opportunity you will miss out. Because if for example, if I was like delayed by training making the mind for getting trained
Hmm.
by Kitel, then I won't be end up into the placement for the Icon PLC
Right.
because I started from the August. Uh, if I thought I will do it in the Jan first or anything Feb or after the year ends and all, then I won't get this. Like it's a hiring, we know it's a hiring season. The
Yeah.
fresh, talented people are grabbed quickly. So if you are thinking doing anything, learning thing, quickly move to that thinking and take the action.
Yeah, thanks, Gayatri, for
Yeah.
all the guidance and your quick review about how you have cracked this particular opportunity.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gayatri. And we wish you a wonderful career with Icon. We know Icon is a global company, is a global CRO company. They have lot of multiple offices in multiple regions. So you will have multiple opportunities to
Yeah.
perform yourself with the role that is highly in demand, highly well paid. So since you are just starting now, uh, give your 100% when you are going at starting your first day. Try to maximize in terms of your networking internally. That will give you more additional presence in terms of your skill sets and just ensure that whatever, however the industry is moving, growing in terms of technology, in terms of the current trends, just make sure that we also keep following what is upcoming into the industry. Since now, as you know, uh, while we are learning SAS, you know that the interviewer also asks questions on R as well. So that is something that we have to keep on upgrading ourselves, updating ourselves, even when we are working on specific skill set at that company. Let's say if you're working with Icon on SAS and R, you just have to keep an eye open what is something that is coming into the industry, and you have
Yes.
to be open for that as well. So that is
Yes.
something that a quick suggestion from
Yeah.
Kittel's end. And
Yes.
thank you
Yes.
for joining
Yes. Yes.
at a very last moment. Uh, and yeah, we wish you all the best. And do let us know
Yeah.
if you need anything.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much for giving me opportunity to learn from the title for this as and all. I want to thank you, Gayatri ma'am, and Deepali ma'am, who was a mentor for SAS, and the Rahul sir, who was mentor for the R program and all the R projects and all. I really appreciate your efforts towards me to learn SAS and R. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Gayatri. I will definitely convey the message to everyone.
Yes, sir.
And I wish